Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So we're gonna get this water pump down so we can get working today, but go ahead and enjoy part 2 of this project. I realized that I was gonna have to make this video in different parts because it was going to end up way too long if I didn't. So here's part 2. Hopefully enjoy it, and be watching for part 3. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all in the next one. Alright, so this is what we ended up with last night. Got this all dug out. Here in a little bit, we're going to shut that pump off. We're going to take all that out, get that sheet piling out of the way. So let's go over here to the structure that we're going to be putting in. So this is it. 2 railroad tank cars welded together. Welded end to end with the ends cut out. These right here sticking out with the flanges is where the pumps are going to bolt to. So when this is in and in place, the pumps will be bolted to there, and then the sump tank will basically sit right here, which I'll show you the sump tank. It is over here. This is the sump tank. The water from that ditch will flow into this tank and get pumped out. The pumps will hang down in here. Oh, it echoes. So, them pumps are pushing water into this tank. And that water is getting forced in here through these flapper gates, and it will be dumped in this tank. And then the theory is, by the time the water gets in this tank, it'll relax and flow out that end and not blow the bank out on the other side. Also, when the river comes up, backfeeds the Hannah ditch, this tank and these flap gates and the big floodgate that hangs at the end here, these will all act as a check valve and keep the river water from flowing back into this ditch here and then flooding all this farm ground. So the floodgate is not in here. The reason for the floodgate is just in case something were to happen and the pumps can't keep up, the river goes down suddenly, you could pop this gate open and you could allow it to free flow back out into the Hannah ditch to the river. So it is quite the build. Bob done a lot of welding on this thing to put all this together. So now what we got to do is get this in. The sump tank won't be bad because that's just one tank by itself. Now this one is going to be the trouble one because it's long, heavy, and awkward. But we got to get that sump tank around here first and get it put in because it's got to go a little bit deeper than this gigantic check valve. So let's get started today. I got my ditch bucket for the 220 on the trailer. We're going to use it to clean up the bottom. We're going to put some stone in the bottom, and then we're going to get this behemoth drug over there and get it put in there after we get that sump tank in. So just bear with me. It's going to be some trial and error, like I said. It's going to be fun to figure out how to get this in there. We're going to have fun with this whole project. To some, this is probably not fun, but to me, this is fun. This is exciting. Well, let's get started this morning here. Gotta get back down in the hole. Gotta get my ditch bucket on. Gotta get me some depth. made it. Yeah. Alright, gotta get the undercarriage turned down in here. There we go. So now what I need to do, I need to move some dirt right here so Dad can get the 270 across. I'm going to drag some of this over. Then I need some more dirt to build the pad bigger in that ditch. Oh, the sun's bright right in my eyes this morning. Can't really take too much dirt where he's sitting because of the pump discharge. We'll need the 270 on that side more than we'll need it on this side now. I can just get him partway across, he can reach across once he gets off about the middle of here, and he can make his own ramp on the other side. That all has to be benched back up there. We got quite a bit of dirt moving really left to go. Just to get to the point where we can actually get that structure down in here. Okay, I'll finish getting this build up for him, and hopefully he'll get my bucket set in here for me. Well, George is going to take the 270 across. So if you see George up close in any of the videos today, he does have one of the Triple Crown Products shirts on. Triple Crown Products provided all of the shirts for the operators competition when we went to Carnesville, Georgia, and he is wearing one of the shirts that Lori sent us, and we really like their clothing, and you can purchase clothing from them too if you go to triplecrownproducts.com. They've got a full line of workwear, and they will customize it to your needs. You will be seeing some more of their clothing worn by us over the next few months. They sent us some cold weather gear out, so we'll be wearing that here in the next few months when it gets colder, around harvest time. Might be a little soft. He'll get it though. There you go. Now once he gets across, I can dig all that out and put it where I'm sitting. But we would like to thank Triple Crown Products for sponsoring us and supplying us with workwear. We've got hats, vests, whatever you can imagine, t-shirts. They got the UV blocking hoodies, which are really nice. They keep the sun off you and keep you cool, but they're not too hot to wear. So I will stick a Triple Crown Products link in the comments below. So if you have any workwear needs, you can go there and order whatever you want. And I believe you can order stuff with the Dirt Grain and Steel logo on it too. There he goes. We need to get some new bottom rollers for that excavator. It's steeper than it looks. Not nearly as steep as when I come down it this morning though. Alright, now I can start digging this out. George and I are cutting all this back so that we have room to work. Cutting back the actual levee along the ditch to get us down to the ground level that the structures are actually set on. We're not so high in the air. I hand it to George and he stacks it high. Sitting a little bit crooked. We got a dozer here so we can straighten things up after we're done. They got a really nice 650H John Deere dozer. Well, it's the same one they were pulling the tile plow with the big plow on it in that video. Same dozer. relief valve makes the weirdest noise in this excavator. It's not the bucket. It's not that I'm not greasing. It is something. It's a relief valve or something that opens up in this excavator, and it sounds like a dry pin. I know I've had in a couple videos, I had a couple commenters that asked me when the last time I greased it was, and that's not what that sound is. That sound right there, it's in the bucket circuit. I need to get that figured out. I was gonna ask the engineer from Hyundai the next time he's out, because they're gonna do another tuning program on the 220, and I was gonna ask him about that sound. They got some new software updates that they want me to try out. It's been kind of cool behind the scenes, kind of testing out different programs for excavators. I don't talk about it much because I can't really get into details on it. See, there it is again. George and I will get this finished up, and then we'll move on to our next step. We kind of change things as we go, because like I said, there's no plan book on what we're doing. We're just kind of doing it as we go. We've got a general plan on what we need to do, but we're just figuring things out as we go. There was no instruction booklet at the road when we pulled into work this morning. Let's put it that way. Bench myself down here so I can get down by that pump, and I need to fill in part of that water right there. I'll need to be able to sit there and do some digging to get that pump sump put in. Let's go a little more here. That's the end off of an old pump. really firms up real nice. But it's also not muck, it's all sand. That mud dry for a little bit, and we'll dip it out, throw it up on top, get rid of it. Alright, I can sit down here and work now. Well, we're going to see if we can even begin to budge the sump tank. So George is going to get me rigged up there. See if I can lift it or slide it or something. Just to kind of get an idea of what we're dealing with here. Yeah, use that chain. That's some good heavy chain. The high tensile strength. Alright, so we got a little bit bigger chain. See if we can even remotely pick it up. Not enough to do anything with it though. Well, since I couldn't move just the sump tank, we're going to put this dead man in, and this is going to act like literally a dozer blade. So we're going to put it so that as it gets pulled on, it's going to pull into the ground and it's going to hold back, and it's going to be essentially an anchor, dead man, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to run some rigging to this, some pulley blocks, and we're going to pull on the cable with a Case 4-wheel drive articulated tractor, and hopefully we'll be able to move this stuff around. And if that doesn't work, we're going to have to go find us a really big excavator. So stay tuned. Things are going to get even more exciting. This is going to get interesting. I told you it was going to be a fun episode. It acts basically like a shovel or a dozer blade. So I'm going to poke it down in here. Then we can bury it. Well, we're getting our pulley put in. Pretty heavy stuff to work with. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to stack concrete chunks on that dead man over that chain. Or go ahead and fill it up, and then we'll bury it, and that'll definitely hold tight. Alright, time to stack her full. if that don't work, we're gonna park the 270 on top of it. That'll work. All right, so this is gonna be our first attempt to actually pull it.
I'm in the tractor running.
So what we're gonna do
Just give us a second.
is we're gonna use that tractor way down there to do the pulling. It's attached to this cable that goes all the way back to our anchor, right there. And then this other cable comes all the way back to the tank. And we need to keep that tank away from the other one, so we're going to use the 270 with a pulley to keep it over this way. So we'll see what happens. So we're going to tighten everything up now and see what we got.
Okay, hold it.
That look all right up there? Well, we're going to go ahead and pull and see what happens. Keep going.
Keep going.
Our anchor's pulling out.
We went slack.
Only moved it a little ways. Tractor spun out.
Did it?
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to get up out of his tracks and go again. Yeah?
You keep trying?
Yeah, give him one more
Yep,
try.
go ahead.
If he gets moving, don't stop. Now, we need more pulling power now. We're gonna help with the 270 and see what happens.
Everybody ready?
Yep.
Go ahead and start pulling. Start pulling easy again. We got slack in the cable.
We're gonna try to slide it some more. Yeah, we're getting it. As long as it don't lay all the way over, that's fine. There we go. Dad stood it back up. Oh yeah. We're getting it. One little bit at a time. Take the dozer and push some more. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm going to do now is Dad's going to lift with the 270. I'm down in the hole. I'm going to try to pull over on this tank and get it scooted over next to this hole. And then eventually we're going to slide it right down in the hole and where we want it. I kind of liked my idea going the other direction, turning it 90 down here in the hole, but majority rules. They outvoted me. That's all I got. Yeah, that'll work for now. We're gonna dam off this ditch now, and we'll put the back end pump behind the tractor, back it down in here, and then that is what will dewater everything while we put the structures in. Dad's working on getting that dirt thrown in. Pretty much shut the water off now. It'll raise about a foot and then it'll stop. There is another pump that pumps another ditch that is connected to this ditch. So if it gets to the point where we have too much water, we can go turn that pump on and it'll just back feed on around to it and pump it down. There it went. Got it. Okay. Bob's going to back the pump down in now. It's amazing that a pipe with an impeller in the end, run off the PTO shaft of the tractor, pumps water. That pump will move some water. trying to stand these sheet pilings back up to hold that other bank. Make them lean the other direction. These ones have to come out because they're in the way of the new structure. They get rusted in there and then they don't want to come out. There we go. Amazing how hard they hold in there sometimes. They say that if you can smack them down, like if you have like a wrecking ball or regular sheet driving weight, if you can smack them down first, they'll come out easier. Take them one at a time. Them are out of the way. I don't think there's anything else in here. I think I got them all. Be a little bit of tin here and there. Alright, throw these up out of the hole. Oh, missed one. Well, yeah, missed one. Get these up over here so they can get to them with the bobcat. Well, there we go.